Genlock Season 2 is really bad. Like, one of the worst things Rooster Teeth has produced and probably the worst animated show I've seen this year bad. And keep in mind, I liked Season 1 of Genlock and was excited to see it continue. The animation was clean and the characters had really good interactions with one another. I knew Season 2 was gonna take a long time given Rooster Teeth's animation department needed a much needed shakeup after abuse and cringe stories leaked out, but I was willing to wait, especially if everyone working under the show was gonna be much happier this time around. Unfortunately, the new writers brought in for Season 2 didn't do a great job at being consistent with Season 1, and the new ideas they brought in are kinda yikes. So let's break it down. The first episode of Genlock Season 2 is very messy since we monologue time skip over a bunch of important events, new ideas and information about the world are haphazardly introduced, and the character writing feels off from Season 1. Initially, I was willing to give the season a pass, since this was a different writing team getting their bearings of the characters and world. But Episode 2 is where I realized, oh, this show is probably trash now, dang. Episode 2 introduces to the main villain of this season, Brother Tate, who has started a nanotech-themed suicide cult called the Omni-Faith, a religion that combines all religions into one, which has to be one of the most comically edgy plot points I've seen in a while. I think I laughed out loud when they first said Omni-Faith for the first time, and I was like, you're serious? Oh, but it gets worse, as the polity, the supposed good guys of the show, airstrikes the Kaaba where the Omni-Faith cult was spreading its message. Okay, so to be upfront, I'm Muslim. The Kaaba is a very important part of Islamic belief, so the treatment of the Kaaba in this series might be pissing me off more than everyone else. Clearly, none of the writers have respect for Islamic beliefs, so I find it very insulting that they decide to airstrike the Kaaba for their edgy Omni-Faith storyline. Stay classy, Rooster Teeth / HBO Max. But even then, after the personal insult to one of the only Genlock fans I know, me, I still continued to watch the show where I was met with awkwardly animated sex scenes, boredom, Omni-Faith spiels, and a general feeling of disappointment and anger, which would reach its breaking point in Episode 4. One of my favorite characters in the show, Kazu, realizes she's a trans girl, which is pretty dope despite the awkward sex scene she has with Valentina. Though that makes me wonder, did they pair those two up because they had great character interactions, or because they're both characters in the LGBT community? But let's not worry about that uncomfortable situation, as we have another one to worry about, and that Kazu dies in the same episode she comes out. It's not even a cool blaze of glory death, it's just a pathetic stabbed you in the back death. Legit, what the hell? Even outside of the obvious bury your gays trope, this is just a pathetic way to kill off one of the most likable and cool characters in the series. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Genlock anymore. I really dug the series initially despite the behind the scenes production hell, but Season 2 burned any goodwill I had toward it and Rooster Teeth Productions, with its embarrassing 180 attempts at being a serious and adult show. I'll probably finish it one day, but I'm no longer tuning in with excitement. I'm tuning in with dread. Anyway, I got some comments to writers, so later pals.